Of all of the records Caitlin Clark has broken, this has to be up there with the biggest ones. And I'm not joking. 4 of the top 10 most viewed games on NBA TV, men or women.
Picture this, 617,000 viewers glued to their screens watching a WNBA game. Now picture this, only 64,000 watching an NBA game. That's not a typo. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Want to know how one rookie is flipping the script on pro basketball? Let's break it down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Think you know Caitlin Clark from her college highlights? Think again. The WNBA is where stars are truly born or broken. Clark's transition to the big leagues isn't just turning heads, it's rewriting the rookie playbook. What's she done that no other WNBA rookie has managed in the league's entire history? Let's talk about the leap from college to the pros. It's not just a step up, it's like jumping from the kiddie pool to the ocean. Most rookies spend their first season treading water, trying not to drown in the expectations and pressure. But Clark? She's swimming laps around the competition. You might be wondering, how bad is it usually for rookies? Well, imagine going from being the big fish in a small pond to suddenly competing against sharks. That's the WNBA for you. The game's faster, the players are stronger, and the pressure? It's through the roof. Most rookies struggle to find their rhythm, their shot, heck, even their locker in those first few months. But Clark, she's not most rookies. She stepped onto the court like she owned it from day one. And here's where it gets wild. She's not just playing well, she's making history. Get this, Clark has pulled off 2 triple-doubles this season. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty good. But here's the kicker. No other rookie in WNBA history has ever done that. Not one. Let that sink in for a second. In a league that's been around since 1997, packed with some of the best female basketball players on the planet, Clark's the first rookie to hit this milestone. It's like she showed up to a knife fight with a lightsaber. But it's not just about the triple-doubles. Clark's been a force of nature on the court. In her last 8 games, her team's record, 7 wins, 1 loss. That's not rookie numbers, that's MVP territory. You're probably thinking, MVP? For a rookie? Come on. But here's the thing. People are actually talking about it. And not just fans on Twitter. We're talking analysts, coaches, even other players. The buzz is real. One commentator put it this way. If Caitlin finishes the season on this kind of run, you've got to start seriously considering her for MVP. That's not just praise. That's a seismic shift in how we think about rookie impact. Now, let's be clear. MVP talks for a rookie are rare. Like unicorn rare. It's the kind of thing that makes veteran players sit up and take notice. And trust me, they're noticing. But here's what's really turning heads. Clark isn't just putting up numbers. She's changing how her team plays. She's making everyone around her better. That's the kind of impact that separates good players from great ones, and great ones from legends.
They've won 7 of their 8 since they clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016. She continues to make history. She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month.
Changing the game is one thing, dominating it is another. Clark's latest stat isn't just impressive, it's historic. What's she averaging that no rookie and maybe no WNBA player ever has touched before? Let's talk about numbers for a second. In basketball, stats are more than just figures on a sheet. They're the lifeblood of the game, telling stories of dominance, struggle, and everything in between. And when it comes to MVP conversations, numbers are the universal language. Now you might be thinking, okay, but rookies put up good numbers all the time, right? Sure, but what Clark's doing? It's on another level entirely. We're not just talking good numbers. We're talking numbers that make seasoned pros like Aja Wilson sit up and take notice. So what's the stat that's got everyone from fans to veteran players doing a double take? Here it is. Clark is averaging 37.6 points per game. But wait, that's not just points she's scoring. That's points she's either scoring or assisting on. Let that sink in for a moment.
She's the only rookie in WNBA history with a triple-double and now has 2 in her debut campaign.
That's almost 45 points per game and the most by any player ever. She's on pace to generate the most points in a season in WNBA history.
You're probably wondering, is that good? Good doesn't even begin to cover it. This isn't just setting the bar for rookies. It's potentially setting a new WNBA record. Period. End of story. But what does this mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, it's changing the entire conversation around rookie impact in the league. We're not just talking Rookie of the Year anymore. We're talking MVP for a rookie. Let that sink in.
And here's why. I mentioned she has more points accounted for than any other player in WNBA history as a rookie, over 37 points.
I think she should win WNBA MVP.
What I'm saying is it would not surprise me and it would not upset me if she won.
One analyst put it this way. This is the one that if you had still have any doubts between her and, say, Angel Reese for Rookie of the Year, look at this. But it's not just about rookie awards anymore. This stat is pushing Clark into a whole new stratosphere. Think about it. These aren't just empty numbers. As another commentator pointed out, these are actual points contributed to the team. This shows the value of the player and their performance, and a good indicator for most valuable player. In other words, Clark isn't just scoring, she's elevating her entire team. Now you might be wondering, can a rookie really be in the MVP conversation? Typically, that'd be a hard no. Rookies are supposed to be finding their feet, not leaving veterans in the dust. But Clark? She's rewriting the rulebook. This isn't just about individual glory either. Clark's performance is reshaping how we think about rookie potential in the WNBA. She's not just living up to the hype, she's exceeding it, and then some.
Clark has led all rookies in points and assists per game, along with 3-pointers made. Of course, it's been far from a perfect start.
It's also been productive. Today, Clark was named the WNBA's Rookie of the Month for May.
In her first month in the WNBA, Iowa native Caitlin Clark has been named the league's Rookie of the Month.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's impact goes beyond just her own stats. She's making everyone around her better. That's the hallmark of a true MVP, not just excelling individually, but elevating the entire team. And let's not forget the context. This is the WNBA we're talking about. The level of competition is off the charts. These are the best of the best, and Clark's not just keeping up, she's setting the pace. So what does all this mean for Clark's MVP chances? Well, it's still early days, but the buzz is real. We're seeing a shift in the conversation. It's not just about whether a rookie can be MVP anymore, it's about whether anyone can stop Clark from taking that title. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about this season. Clark's performance is setting a new standard for what's possible in the WNBA. She's not just chasing records, she's creating new ones. Records are meant to be broken, but viewership? That's a different story. How is one rookie managing to pull in more eyes than some NBA games? You might think a player's impact ends when the final buzzer sounds. But in Caitlin Clark's case, her influence extends far beyond the court. She's not just changing the game, she's changing the entire landscape of women's basketball. Let's talk about viewership for a second. The WNBA has always faced challenges in attracting large audiences. Typically, a WNBA game draws around 200,000 viewers. Not bad, but not exactly setting the world on fire either. It's been a constant struggle for the league to grow its fan base and compete with other sports for attention.
And the Fever and Wings had more viewers than a playoff game, albeit I think it was a sweep. People continued to watch Caitlin Clark in college. It's not just getting them in, it's getting them to continue to watch.
Enter Caitlin Clark. This rookie isn't just putting up impressive numbers on the court. She's pulling in staggering numbers off it too. Get this. One of Clark's recent games attracted 617,000 viewers. That's not just good for the WNBA. That's beating some NBA games in viewership. You're probably thinking, wait, a WNBA game outdrawing the NBA? Is that even possible? With Clark on the court, apparently it is. And it's not just a one-time fluke either. Clark's games have been part of 4 of the 9 most watched games on NBA TV this year. That's not just moving the needle, that's breaking the dial. What does this mean for the WNBA? It's simple. Clark isn't just a great player, she's a game changer for the entire league. She's bringing new eyes to women's basketball, attracting fans who might never have tuned in before. And once they watch, they're sticking around. One commentator put it this way: Caitlin Clark has been beating the NBA in viewership. Let that sink in for a moment. A rookie in the WNBA is outdrawing established NBA stars. That's not just impressive, it's unprecedented. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's impact goes beyond just boosting viewership for her own games. She's elevating the profile of the entire league. More viewers mean more interest, more sponsorships, and potentially more investment in women's basketball as a whole. And it's not just about the numbers. Clark's style of play, her personality, her ability to make every game feel like an event, it's all contributing to a renewed excitement around the WNBA. As one analyst noted, every game that she plays in some kind of a new record is set. She's not just playing the game, she's redefining it. This surge in viewership could be a turning point for the WNBA. It's not just about this season or even next season. Clark's impact could reshape the future of the league, attracting more talent, more fans, and more respect for women's basketball as a whole. And here's where the MVP conversation gets really interesting. Most MVP discussions focus solely on on-court performance. But Clark?
Everything besides team success, like that all just comes with when your team wins. Like you gotta win to have all that on the side, and nobody really cares about that.
You know, it's cool. Obviously, there's been a lot of really good players that put on this jersey, and you know, to be up there with some of them, it's special.
The more we can win, the better we can position ourselves for the playoffs. So, and also we're just a competitive group of individuals. Like nobody wants to lose.
She's making a case for MVP that extends far beyond the box score. She's bringing value to the league in a way that can't be measured in points or assists. Think about it. An MVP isn't just the best player on the court. It's the player who brings the most value to their team and their league. And right now, it's hard to argue that anyone's bringing more value to the WNBA than Caitlin Clark. So what does all this mean for Clark's future? For the WNBA? For women's sports as a whole? We're in uncharted territory here. Clark isn't just having a great rookie season, she's potentially changing the game forever.